Hey folks, welcome back to CrossFit ELM's at-home workout series. And today you get to learn something new yet again. And to start this off, what I want you to do is go ahead and grab a broomstick, okay? It needs to be about 4 to 6 feet long, so it can be a broomstick. I literally just took this out of my kitchen and took the broom off. Or if you have some old PVC or maybe some old wooden dowels laying around, those will do just fine, all right? So again, like always, we're gonna go through the entire workout, warm up to cool down, and then we'll go through each individual movement so you know exactly what you're doing. So we're gonna start off 3 rounds of pass-throughs, broomstick deadlifts, and blast-off push-ups. Then we're gonna learn the Bergner warm-up, so you got 2 new things already. And then we're gonna do some broomstick muscle cleans to continue mastering that kind of movement and practicing our bent over rows. Once we're through that, we're gonna do a little primer round. If you've been with us for any of these, we know we use these primer rounds to get ourselves ready for the workout. You're gonna go 5, 4, 3 of each of the moves in the workout, which is hang cleans and bent over rows. Your actual workout today is a hard sprint, 21-15-9, which is always for time, and you're gonna do either your dumbbell, kettlebell, bag full of books, whatever it looks like, hang cleans and bent over rows. You're gonna finish off your workout with a wall bicep pec opener, kind of stretch, puppy dog pose, and then a grip opener, because this is probably gonna get real grippy real fast. So starting from the top, what are pass-throughs? Well, that's the first thing you need your broomstick for. You're gonna grab all the way out on the end. So the broomstick is probably gonna land in about that hip crease area. It might be a little higher, maybe closer to your belly button. That's okay. Just kind of find where it's nice and comfortable, but still pretty wide, okay? From there, I'm gonna hold a really good stance, all right? So I want my thighs nice and tight, my butt, my abs nice and tight, because this is all about my shoulders, okay? Locked elbows, shrug a little bit, and sweep around. Notice how my arm passes right by my ear, and then the other one's gonna come by and pass right by my ear, okay? I'm gonna do 10 one direction, and then I'm gonna do 10 the other direction, okay? Get those shoulders moving. Once I've done 10 each direction, now comes the hard part. I'm gonna do 10 straight over top. So I'm gonna give myself a shoulder shrug to clear some room for my shoulders. And again, I want to keep those elbows locked. As you guys go through this, if your elbows are bending, you probably need to widen your hands if you can, okay? So we're up, okay? And then we're gonna go straight over and then straight back over, okay? The closer your hands are on that one, the harder it gets. So find a place that stretches your shoulders out a little bit, all right? So that's pass-throughs. You're gonna do 10 one direction, 10 the other, and then 10 straight over and back. From there, we're gonna do 10 broomstick deadlifts. We're gonna use our broomstick, we're gonna tighten our grip in, we're gonna tighten our stance into a good deadlift stance, sweep the hip back, okay? Load the heels, vertical shins, neutral spine. So no bend, no rounding the spine and no arching the spine. Neutral, okay? Hips go backwards, shins stay vertical, get to about mid-shin, and stand, okay? The 3 laws of a deadlift. Load the back of your foot, keep your shins vertical, keep your lumbar protected, okay? Broomstick deadlifts, and then 10 blast off push-ups. I can set my broomstick down for this. I'm gonna come down to the ground for a normal push-up, but I'm gonna set my feet wide. I'm gonna push straight back. Now, if I'm doing the full version of this, I'm gonna float my knees just barely off the ground when I push backwards, okay? And then come back. If I'm doing these from my knees, I just leave my knees on the ground and push straight back, okay? Once you're through that, we're gonna do the Bergner warm-up. Now, I'm gonna go through this quick, but if you really wanna learn this in depth, you can actually search this on YouTube, the Bergner warm-up from Coach Mike Bergner. He has the full thing. It's like a 10-minute video. He explains it in depth and why it works. Coach Mike Bergner is a USA weightlifting coach. He's a legend in the sport. He's a great person to listen to if you want to get good at weightlifting. So, Bergner warm-up. Going back to that wide hands on your broomstick. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is called a down and finish. So I'm loading the back of my foot. I'm going to sit down like I'm on a bar stool, and then I'm going to snap my hips open hard enough that it shock waves through my body and shoves my shoulders into my ears. okay? And notice it pulled me up onto my toes a little bit too. I didn't press there. I let my hips carry me there, okay? So I'm gonna do 5 of those, okay? Now, once I finish my 5th one, I'm gonna do that same movement, but I'm gonna add what I call the scarecrow. I'm gonna come up, shoulders come up, elbows go high and outside, and then come right back down. So it looks like this. Okay? Once I'm through that, I'm gonna get to the top of that position, and now I'm gonna punch this broomstick straight to the ceiling over my head. Boom. Okay? So what I want you guys to avoid, this is what we see a lot of. You get to here and you sweep backwards. Okay? We're not going backwards. We're going straight up. Okay? And I'm driving that bar into the ceiling. All right? Once I'm there, it's just the first part of the Burgener warm-up. We're not going to teach you the whole thing because the rest of it isn't going to be relevant for your workout. But it's going to give you an idea of how to use your hips appropriately as you go through this workout. So it's that down and finish, scarecrow, and then punch through. Okay? That's all you need to know for now because we're just learning how to use our hips. All right? Once I'm through that little piece of the Burgener warm-up, and what I want you guys to do is I want you to do 3 rounds of 5 each of those 3 movements, okay? We're gonna go to muscle cleans and bent over row practice. So what I wanna do is practice the movement of my shoulder with the broomstick. So if I'm gonna do a clean, I'm not gonna do a bro curl, okay? I'm not doing this. This is not a clean. This is a reverse curl, AKA the bro curl, AKA the mirror break curl, okay? We don't need that. What we need is the weight to stay as close to us as possible, okay? The bar comes really, really tight, and then when it gets to about mid-chest, I'm gonna tuck my elbows through, okay? Well, I don't have any weight, so I don't have to do that little hip pop, but I do wanna control the bar path. So I'm going to shrug, elbow up, turn through, return, come down. Okay, one more time. Shrug, elbow up, turn through, return, come back down. Okay, if you get really good at that, your shoulders will have good function and everything will be great. Then you're gonna do your bent over row practice. No weight here. I just wanna practice that good position, that good deadlift position, and controlling my big back muscles to pull the bar or the weight to me, okay? A lot of times what happens is we let our biceps take over and then they do all the work on the row instead of those big back muscles. And we want those big back muscles to be doing the work. So I'm just gonna give myself 20 practice reps, making sure that I'm using those big back muscles, okay? So 20 muscle cleans, 20 bent over rows, and then we're gonna move to your weight. It doesn't matter if you have a dumbbell, a kettlebell, we're gonna do these from a hang position, which means once you pick up the weight, you don't have to put it down until you need a rest. We're not touching the ground with the weight. We're going from the hang, which is this position, okay? I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna let it kind of swing between my legs a little bit. And then, did you see that? My shoulder came up, my elbow came up, and then I turned it into position, just like I did with my broomstick. Once I'm here, I can push it off, swing, and do that clean movement. So when I'm doing it with something single like that, I'm going to shrug and I kind of have to tip out of the way, elbow comes up, and then I turn, okay? Same thing on this other arm, okay? Now, for this workout, if you're doing a single dumbbell or a single kettlebell, it's not 21 each arm, it's 21 total reps. So you'll have to break that up however you want to. You're gonna end up uneven by 1 rep. It's okay, it's not gonna make that big of a deal, okay? And then your bent over rows. You've got your weight, whatever that looks like, in good position. You can hold it like this. You can hold it dumbbell to dumbbell, and I'm using those big back muscles to pull the weight in, okay? 1 minute wall bicep pec opener, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over to my wall. I'm gonna plant my hand, palm on the wall, and then from here, I'm going to turn away from it, okay? It's gonna pull a little bit in your chest, but a lot in your biceps. So I've got a flat hand on this wall here, okay? That's that's what's gonna give you the stretch in the bicep. Okay, I can do this all the way in, but it's gonna be more chest. By coming out here, I'm gonna get more of that bicep from those cleans and those rows, all right? So a minute on each arm there. Then we're gonna come down to our puppy dog pose. Seems to be our favorite pose of the week. Again, hips over knees, walk the hands out, dive in, okay? Get a good stretch. And then grip opener. So what I want you to do from the ground for this grip opener is turn your fingertips towards your knees, plant your hands, and just sit back, okay? You're gonna hang here for a minute, then you're gonna come out and then bring your hands next to your sides, okay? Lock your elbows and then try to sit back. This one's gonna be really, really intense, so use your body position to dictate how deep the stretch goes, okay? There is your Saturday workout, folks. We'll be back with Sunday stretch. It won't be live, but we'll have a chalk talk for it so you can get in a good stretch at the end of the week so you can start your Monday off well. Have a great workout today, and we will see you tomorrow.